Yeah, that's why I took him out. That's what you do when you're done with the pitch count. We got a lot out of him, even though, I know it's not a normal start for him. He hadn't pitched since the 8th or 9th of September. And so we hope to get 60-plus pitches from him. We did. It was good to see him compete, good to see him have his, have some adversity a little bit, have to work and compete and tax himself a little bit. So, it's not ideal, obviously, to go to your pen that early. It is September. We got a ton of them down there. So, but I was glad to see Lance on the mound.
Did you feel okay? And what do you think overall of the stuff?
Yeah, you guys will talk to him in a few. He can speak for himself, but it sounded like things were good.
How does he build himself with limited time remaining before the playoffs?
Well, he's going to pitch again. That'll help. There's only so much you can do in the week that he's got. So we'll extend him a little bit further his next outing, but it is what it is. You can't sort of artificially, just throw bullpens or just sort of tack on pitches. So he'll be up into the 75-80 range. We'll see how he feels the next couple days and see what we can get out of him. But honestly, whatever he can give, if it's 3 innings, if it's 4 innings, if it's 5 innings, whatever the pitch count is, it doesn't matter. We need him to be effective. We need him to be, able to bounce back, and we need him to be at his best. That's what happens when the playoffs come around.
On that note, do you expect to maybe watch his, like, even if he gets to the playoffs and you throw him in, do you still expect maybe to do that, to keep him on a pitch count?
That's a lot of hypotheticals in one question. Let's talk after the next start. I want to see how he gets through the next start before I guess.
You feel a little snake bit in that inning, the 7th, I guess, the bases loaded, the bloop, and a couple of balls that hit off your fielders, and then Valbuena got to.
Yeah, no, we didn't finish the inning the way we normally do, and then Valbuena comes up with a big hit. So, obviously the ball's barely fair. Hard to get to with the defensive alignment that we're at. And then a ball that we normally make, it could be a double play ball, would have been the most ideal outcome. And then obviously Valbuena had the big at bat. So we lost some big moments today. That's why we lost the game. But again, we'll pick up and go to Dallas.
AJ, it's obviously better to have starting pitching depth than not.
Mm-hmm.
But you will have a major decision to make. How difficult is it going to be? Because Martin's pitched so well, McHugh's bounced back. Keuchel and Verlander in there. You've got 6 guys for about 4 spots.
Yeah, pretty rough for me, isn't it? It's rather have too many than too little. And I think our guys are doing a good job stepping up and competing. And so, I've always asked our guys to make it as hard on me as possible, whether it's playing time or rotation spots or roles or whatever. And these guys are doing it. I see it differently. We can't make a bad decision. We've got options that are all good. There's not a bad decision in there to make. So I commend these guys for the work they're doing. They're staying even keel. They're staying very thorough with their work. They're doing everything they can to give themselves the best opportunity to help us in some capacity. And so how can I complain? That I have a tough call? Big deal. We'll make the right call and move forward with the team that we need, that we think we can win the series with.
Obviously, you guys have bigger goals than this, but knowing you have the opportunity to hit 100 wins, and that's only been done once before, does that kind of put into perspective how special this group is?
This is a good year so far, and we're not done yet. We've got, 7 games left to win as many games as we can. We set out this season to win the division, checkmark that box in September. I said we're going to continue to compete and play and win as many games as we can. That's going to continue. Whatever the total is at the end is great, and then the real season begins in the postseason. So I love the fact that our players come ready to play every day. They put the work in. They're very, very single-minded with what their intent is for the day. This is a special group of guys, and we've I don't know what our record is in September, 15-plus wins. We barely have caught up to the Indians. That's how good they're playing. But that doesn't take anything away from the fact that this is an incredible team, an incredible group of guys that we're gonna get to enjoy October baseball with.
Did you want an appeal on the check swing?
I wanted a lot of things that inning, but he didn't really want to hear it. That's why I ended up going to my office. But it happens. There was really no reason to throw me out. I didn't curse at him. I didn't go over the top. It just ended up being he wins when he's the boss on the field. So a couple pitches didn't go our way. The check swing's you always want the first base umpire. That's what he's there for in that call. But I don't have final say. I just was told to go to my office.
What was your thought process in the 6th inning when you had Hoyt? He gets these 2 outs, then a single to Calhoun, I think, and you go right to Davinsky. What was your thought process about trusting Hoyt and then going right to Davinsky?
Yeah, no, I trust Hoyt a lot. You know, some of our relievers that we pitch tonight, you know, there's some plans that we make before the game that I don't disclose on guys that we're not going to use or guys that we're going to use. And tonight kind of played out that way with McCullers' short start. There were some guys that got to pitch tonight that hadn't pitched in a while but are still effective. But the commitment for me was I wanted Devo in the middle of the order. I wanted him to be able to come in the middle of the order, put some pressure on him. He can get those big outs for us. He always has. So he did. He came in, he walked Trout, but then he got up and out. So once the starter comes out of the game early, which we'd planned because of the pitch count, you've just got to piece it together the best you can. And luckily we have 15 relievers or whatever it is down in the bullpen to get through the game.
What about the performance of Luke Gregerson? Gregerson's a guy who presumably you'd want him on your postseason roster for his veteran experience. He's had a rough stretch lately.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a pitch in there that I think, you know, has hurt Luke recently. It doesn't necessarily stain the entire body of work of what he can do and the matchups that he can give. And, you know, Upton hit the home run, and Upton's hit a lot of home runs this year. It's a tough matchup for a lot of right-handed relievers. He normally makes a pitch to get out of it, and we don't remember those. We only remember the ones where he gives up a hit or gives up a run. So, you know, Luke is a veteran. He's a guy who's been around. He knows how to make pitches. And I'll match him up and moving forward to hopefully put him in a position to be successful. But there's a trust factor with him that I know what I'm going to get. And even though he's had a rough stretch, it's again we're gonna wipe the slate clean here pretty soon and start a new season once the 7 games are over with. And then I think we'll see some guys step up, especially the guys that have been there.
AJ, how amazed are you by Jose Altuve? I believe he's 2 hits away from another.
Yeah, what's taking him so long? I mean, we're ready for him to hit that 200 mark. I'm joking, but I mean, I wish I had new ways of describing this guy. He is every bit remarkable. And the day off yesterday did him some good, I think, mentally and physically. He comes back today, has pretty good at-bats with the walk. He got hit by pitch. He got a couple hits. And we expect nothing less. I think when any fan comes to the ballpark, when the coaches come to the ballpark, when I write his name in the lineup, we sort of expect this night. We're spoiled. We're all spoiled. And the body of work that he's doing with his career, I think we're going to look back a decade from now and continue to be wowed by him because of the excellence that he's brought, to our organization and to the game as the premier hitter in the league.